Hey everyone, it's Joe Robinson, the PE Geek here. Now, I often get asked about how you can produce a QR code style treasure hunt activity and how you can sort of make this possible for your students. And this sort of follows on from me doing one of these as part of the PE Geek workshop. So here's a quick video showing you probably the easiest way to create one of these using the amazing tool, the QR code treasure hunt generator, which is found at classtools.net. Have a look at the blog post associated with this video and you can find some links to get you there. So I'm going to walk you through the steps and then show you how you go about distributing this out to students. So the first thing is you want to visit this site and you'll see here that there's a big obvious button that says Get Started. When you click that, you'll be given the ability to create a title and obviously the forms and so on to produce some questions. So I'm going to start by typing in the name of my quiz, which I'm just going to call Test PE Quiz. And you can see here that it says type and paste in the questions and answers in the following format. So it gives you a bit of an idea there, but you have to make sure that the format is copied exactly. So for me, I'm going to put in the question. So a question that I've come up with is name a bone that is superior to the patella, and then you have to put in an asterisk and then immediately the answer to that question. So you can see the format that it has. So question, asterisk, answer, no spaces there, and then you go on and you do the next question immediately below it. So you would continue this format over and over, putting in all your questions and all your answers like so, and you need to have a minimum of 5 before you can generate the QR code quiz. Now, in the quizzes that I've done with my students, I have about 10 questions and they're all different, and those questions are then turned into QR codes and they are placed around the school for the students to be able to scan them and work through the various activities. So for the purpose of this test, I'm just going to put in 5 of identical questions just so that we can see what happens in the next step. The next thing that you need to do is to put in a password so that you can come back to the quiz at a later stage and potentially edit it. I'm just going to put in a simple password there, and I'm going to hit create the QR challenge. Now at this stage you get a page that says here is the link to your completed QR code treasure hunt. So you want to remember that and copy it and place it down somewhere so that you can use it at a later stage. And that way you can then edit it at a later stage. But I'm just going to click on mine and it's going to take me to, as you can see, my QR challenge called Test PE Quiz, and it gives you a list of how you go about creating and setting this up. So it says for the teacher, arrange the students into group. Each group needs to have at least one person who has a mobile device. Note that an internet connection is not needed. And then you need to have that student download a QR code scanner on their device. And I recommend Enigma because of the fact that it's available on all device platforms. You then need to print off the QR codes for each of these questions and then cut them out and place them around your class or your school. So just to show you what it looks like, I'm going to open up this part here that says get the QR code for each question. And you can see that it produces the following. Now you can just hit print on this and you then have the QR codes out ready to go. So this QR code is the very first one, and it gives the students some idea of what they can expect with the quiz. And you can see here that I've opened the Enigma app up, and if I scan that QR code, it gives me the outline of what needs to take place. So you can see it automatically generates it. It says your job is to find the QR codes which your teacher has put on display around the area. Scan each QR code on your mobile device to get a challenge question, record the correct answers to all 5, and the winner is the student with the most correct answers at the end. So what I have my students do is walk around with a piece of paper or something that they can use to record the answers. That part doesn't need to be digitized. You certainly could do it digital if you wanted to, but I tend to just have a piece of paper and then walking around answering the questions. So you can see here that we've got our first question, and you would place this somewhere around the school, and as you see, if I scan it, it brings up that it's question 1 of 5, and it says name a bone that is superior to the patella. And you can see the actual answer is not present in the QR code. The students would need to write it down, and then they would continue along to find the others.